We're recording. Go ahead.
Today we're delighted to welcome Michael Antonellis as the newest member of the Rotary Club of Waltham. Michael, we know you've already been attending a couple of meetings and you've had some exposure to Rotary, which I'll explain to the rest of the club in a minute. We're delighted that you decided to join us, and I apologize for any repetition that you might hear in my comments. You're joining an active club. You will be the 63rd active member in the club. We sponsor many activities in the city that run the gamut. As you just heard President Lisa speaking of, the Salvation Army bell ringing schedule is around, as well as the Wish Upon a Star project, Leland Home initiative that Roz just mentioned. We give 6 school scholarships every year to graduating seniors in Waltham High School, and we award thousands of dollars in financial support to charitable causes each year, both locally as well as internationally. But more than donating money, it's what we as Rotarians, what we do. In many of the volunteerism efforts that we do during the year include organizing blood drive, as past President Glenner just organized for us. We read at the Waltham Family School to help literacy improve for young mothers and fathers as well as their children. We just participated in the spelling bee contest with the Partnership for Youth, which you might have heard about. And we also have been involved in efforts such as bagging groceries to the Salvation Army so that a family less fortunate than we can have an enjoyable holiday season. We can only encourage that you identify what it is that is attractive in you, and we invite you to become involved in whatever effort trips your trigger, if you will. We're one of 54 clubs in Rotary's Central Mass District, known as District 7910. Worldwide, there are 34,000 clubs, in 200 countries, 532 districts, and totaling 1.2 million members around the world. Rotary is known for Polio Plus, our $600 million initiative over the last 25 years, in which we were trying to lead the effort to eradicate polio on the face of the earth. And we are oh so close. We're down 99% of newly diagnosed cases as contrasted to 1980. We're down 40% this year as compared to last year. For example, in India, there's been 1 diagnosed case in all of 2011. Type 2 polio has been eradicated. The little bit of resistance that we have to accomplish this goal is the type 3, and it's restricted to Africa. Of this $600 million effort, we've been very fortunate that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has provided financial support of more than half of that, $355 million. But trust me, you'll be hearing a lot about Polio Plus and Rotary Foundation begging us all of us to contribute to that. We have 4 avenues of service: club, vocational, international, community, and now it's actually a 5th avenue, new generations of service. I bet many of your fellow Rotarians didn't know about new generation. I didn't know about it myself. So. You'll also be hearing about the Rotary Foundation. This is the official charitable arm of Rotary, and many charitable efforts around the world run the gamut in terms of the causes they support. And again, pick whatever appeals to you, and we implore you to become involved. Rotary is also known for its ambassadorial scholars. We send over 300 students to another country each year around the world, all in the name of cultural exchange. And we also were very involved just recently with a very prestigious scholarship program that Rotary had called the World Peace Scholarship. There's only 7 of them around the world, and we got oh so close in aiding Brandeis to try to become the next center, and lost to a bunch of blondes in Sweden. I don't know how that happened. So, Michael, this is a quick snapshot of what Rotary is all about. But while the talk may sound nice, it's what we want you to do is learn as much as you can about Rotary, about us, and become a true Rotarian, not just a member of the Rotary Club of Waltham. So now you know a little bit about us. Let me tell you a little bit about Michael. He's a resident of Waltham. His wife, Elizabeth, and he have 2 children, Alex and Kiara. Am I pronouncing that correct? He spelled it out for me phonetically today. He's a graduate of UMass Boston, and in his studies, he landed in Mexico, where he met his soon-to-be wife and his would-be father-in-law, Raul Miranda, a longtime member of a board of the Rotary Club down in Mexico as Secretary and Community Service Director. It was through his witnessing of the great work of the Rotary Club of, this is where my...
Cuernavaca.
Thank you. I spent 15 minutes with a coworker of mine who was bilingual. I still wasn't getting it, so thank you. But it was through his witnessing of this work that he decided, he actually reached out to us and said, look, I can see the great things that you folks do in Rotary. I want to become part of Rotary here in Waltham. He's a web operations manager for Blue Cross Blue Shield in Quincy. Fuck, someone with internet knowledge, okay? The pressure's off, my friend. And he's a quick study. He's already learned that John Peacock throws verbal barbs at everyone, and will soon be in his crosshair. That's okay, John.
I got my money ready.
There you go. He described you as the older fellow in the back of the room, so you fit right in.
You managed to throw 2 people under the bus.
Please help me welcome Michael Antonellis.
Connie, sign him up for everything real quick.